Stupid Wizard's Actual People contains content for adults. Content warnings can be found in episode descriptions. Listener discretion is advised.
You guys find yourself in the Greybane house. It is early. The sun is not yet risen. Would you guys say that you're awake? Would you still be sleeping? What are you guys doing right now? Your mother is absentmindedly stirring a cold cup of coffee at the dining room table.
Do you think that we kept our beds in the same room, or because your bed was pushed in?
I don't have a room.
I know, but are you sleeping in that room with me, or do you think you were like out on the couch, or do couches exist in fantasy?
Yeah, you have
worlds?
couches.
It's a good question because I guess I'd be on the couch. I was gonna say no, that makes sense for Willow to have, but she just shuts down and goes into hibernation mode.
I think that
I know what my character's doing.
I think that Vincent is awake, but he's lying in bed staring at the ceiling.
Kellen is in Edward's study cleaning up in there because no one's been in there since that night. Like, his mom refuses to go in there, so he's in there cleaning.
Yeah. And it's been 2 days since the funeral. The funeral was the immediate next morning, and it's been 2 days since then. Kruk is curled up in a chair, like, because he didn't want to sleep on the floor. And he's just been waiting for Scarlet to get back in touch with him. So you guys don't know your next move yet.
What's Willow doing?
I think that Willow has taken up the position of, like, sentry outside. But she is also going to spend this time, like, I think meditating or just trying to listen to Saloon. There, have been several instances where she has gotten very useful visions from her. And it would be probably helpful to be able to get those more frequently and reliably.
Okay.
So, yeah, she's probably, like, out in the front garden meditating.
I think in Vincent's room, he hears his stomach growl as he's not eaten a lot of food over the last couple of days. And he kind of reluctantly kicks his legs up and swings so he's sitting upright on the side of his bed. And he's going to push himself up and open up his door to his room and kind of silently stride over and give his mom a kiss on the forehead, and then rummage through the pantry and fix 2 plates of food, one a little less full than the other, and he's going to walk over and kick Kruk's chair and toss the food down on a table next to him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and he sees the food and he just, like, starts shelling in it with his hands.
And then I think Vincent sits down silently across the table from Cinny.
Can you see the dining room from Edward's office?
So Edward's office is, if the door is open, you can, like, stick your head out. You can't see the dining room. You look directly into the living room. The living room and the dining room is all one big room, right?
Yeah,
It's
I kind of
all
imagined as you walked in the front door, you looked right, and there was Edward's office, and the left was the living room.
So basically, a real quick layout of the house.
This is how I picture it in my head. So you walk in the front door, to the right is Edward's office, and then the next room over is Vincent's room. And then there's the living room and the dining room, and then the kitchen is kind of like a galley kitchen in the middle, and then Edward and Cinny room is off to the left. That's how I picture it in my head, at least.
That's not how I pictured it.
You are.
I pictured it
fairly
as
close.
like you walk in and the living room is like the room that you walk into, and then off to the left there's a bedroom, which is their bedroom, and then off to the right, the first door is the office, the second door is Vincent's room, and then, like, there's not a wall from the living room, but, like, you can tell, like, the room changes to be the dining room, and then on the back corner is the
That's how
kitchen.
I was picturing it.
Well, I was picturing the kitchen right in the middle, and it's a galley, so you walk in down the middle, and then on the left side is Edward and Cindy's room, and then on the right side is probably like a bathroom or something.
So, this is how the house is set up. You have one big main room.
Why'd you draw a dick?
It is the ovular table with one end cut off.
Sorry.
This corner, there's no wall here. That's just, like, corning off the kitchen. So the kitchen is in this corner. There's a little back door that goes out to the back gardens back there. There's a little washroom, your parents' room, office, your room.
Gotcha. Cool.
So almost very close to what he said.
Yeah.
Basically. Yours, the only thing is the kitchen is off in the corner as opposed to in the...
Well, I'm going to keep picturing how I picture in my head. So that's the beauty of Dungeons and Dragons.
You can do whatever you want, except for when you're about to get in a fight in your kitchen, you have to know the layout.
That's fair.
Just kidding.
That's fair.
No one's going to attack you yet. So yeah, so you're in this room. So they're sitting at the table. So you like stick your head out, you can see the living room set over like where you would have slept on the couch and whatnot.
Well then, nothing.
Nothing. Now you do hear Vincent like rummaging through the counters and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And you actually look out. Kruk was sleeping in this chair here. So you would have saw Vincent hand Kruk a plate. I guess.
Think I kind of like under my breath. I'm like, did he sleep at all? Kind of directed towards City.
Did you sleep at all?
That's a good question. If I did, it was very little. I think that my focus...
Maybe like an hour.
Yeah, I think my focus has just been on the office. I don't think that there's been very many words exchanged between Kellen and Vincent since Kellen came back.
I think Vincent's like picking at the food on his plate, kind of mindlessly eating it, but not really. There's no thought to anything. And I think he'll push the plate, stand up, walk over to the door to Edward's office, go to knock on it, hunch.
Oh, it's open.
Oh, is it open? I think he stands to the side of it and is like, I think he looks like he's getting ready to walk, like turn and walk into the room. And then he hunches and just kind of moves towards the front door and heads outside. So you see Vincent walk past Edward's office. And I think I'm just going to find Willow wherever Willow's meditating or at.
Yep. Willow's out in the front gardens, so you see her.
Are you just sitting out there?
Yeah, I'm sitting there kind of just probably with my eyes closed and just listening to birds chirping. I picture it springtime. I don't know if that's right.
It was summer.
It was summer?
Yeah,
it was summer. It was summer when you started, so you're actually you've been going at this for a couple weeks, right? So it's still summer.
Yeah.
I think you hear me approach from behind, and do you mind if I sit with you?
No, not at all.
And I'll take a little seat right next to her. Kind of mimic what she's doing.
Sit down. Two people who don't know how to pray trying to pray.
Yeah.
As you're cleaning up like the mess, because he like kind of rumbled through his office, right? As you're cleaning up the mess, you come across like, because remember there was like a bookshelf that like came out and there was like a little stand behind there. As you're like organizing that, there's a little drawer in the hidden compartment and you pull it open and there's an old leather bound book. Your dad's books are all really well worn. Like he read all the time, multiple books, multiple times over. But this book has been read so much that the leather binding on it is extremely thin just from wearing the pages. They don't have that sharp edge anymore. They're all rounded down, starting to crack and fray on the end. And it's not like a particularly old book. This is just a book that has been read. You can't even fathom how much he's had to read this book. Like somebody said, like thumb through these pages over and over again. And it is a book about possession and fiends.
I think I'll handle it very carefully and sit at his desk that I've kind of like cleared off, kind of fixed it up a little bit. I'll sit and very carefully start flipping through the pages, reading about it, taking notice that like you said, it's very apparent that this book has been looked through many, many times. And that definitely like hits, like it means something, especially in light of everything. So he just wants to see what his dad had read.
So I think as we've been sitting out here in this garden for a little bit, both sitting in silence, I break the silence and I'm like, Willow, I don't mean to be like, I know that we've kind of joked about this before, but do you think that when you die that you're going to the outer planes?
I truly do not know. No one has told me that I have a soul. I hope I do, but also if nothing happens to me, that's not so bad, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess I don't know which one I'd prefer, to keep living in air quotes or just be nothing. I don't know.
Well, I think you are in a position to have something to look forward to.
Well, that's very nice of you to say, Willow. I appreciate that.
You outside, those of you who are closing your eyes, meditating, you hear the sounds of fast-moving wooden wheels and galloping horse hooves.
I bolt up.
You see a large black carriage pulled by 2 black horses.
I
You know this.
Yeah, I was like tensed and then I untense, and honestly, like, I think Vincent feels such a wave of relief just wash over his body knowing that Uncle Mock is here. Like, I feel like everything in the world is right again, knowing that the person that was the least like his father but the most like his father in the best ways possible is arriving.
Yeah. So you relax. Willow probably tenses up a bit. Dusts her skirt off. She's like, should have been sitting outside for 2 days. You would hear from in the office, like a wagon approaching.
Were you expecting your uncle to arrive?
I mean, I figured he'd show up sometime, but I don't know, he's a busy man.
Oh, of course. So silly.
And he like screeches up like it would do a tire skid if it could,
Yeah.
right in front of you. And the doors burst open with a flourish, and your uncle comes out of the carriage, and he's like, "Bring it in, boy." And he holds his arms out.
I rush to hug him, and it's like a deep longing. Like, I don't think Vincent tears up, but it's there.
Yeah.
And I definitely hold on for probably, like, we're both pretty touchy-feely people, so we like hug for a while, but I feel like Vincent definitely holds on for a little longer.
Yeah. And after a while, he kind of taps you on the shoulder and he goes, "Let's not leave the lady waiting." And he winks at you, and he goes over and he does a big bow to you, and he picks up your hand and he kisses your hand. He's like, "Willow, it's great to see your beautiful face."
It's lovely to see you, Cassif. Bring it in?
Yeah, he'll pick you up in a big hug. Yeah.
Love that.
He smells of cedar and musk.
Whiskey.
A lot of booze.
Cigars. He smells like a man. Awesome.
Well, Cass, come on, come inside.
He's like, yeah. He's like, all right. And he like goes in and he opens the door and he's like, "Kelly."
I kind of put my hand on his shoulder and I'm like,
I got this. I gingerly put the book down on the desk, and I'll walk around the desk and walk to the door, kind of step like halfway through the threshold, see him, be like, "Uncle."
And he'll go over and he'll take off his wide brimmed hat. He'll take off his hat. He'll put his hand on his shoulder and he'll rest his forehead on your forehead. He's like, "It's gonna be okay, kid."
I think Vincent does start crying a little bit at that.
It's good to see you.
And he puts his hat back on and he goes over and he scoops up your mom and he gives her a hug and he like twirls around with her. And he's like,
I'm sure she breaks down.
oh yeah, she's just full like
mess.
melt weeps. Yeah. He looks over at the pirate confused and puzzled and he like kind of shrugs. He's like, "All right, boys, I'm gonna go talk to your mom. Then we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do."
Sounds like a plan, Cass. Why don't we go to the liquor store because we've drank everything that's here?
He's like, "Boy, Vinny, the trunk on the back of the cart. The liquor store came to you."
I smile and kind of like wipe the tears away from my eyes, and I go outside and start unpacking his stuff from the carriage.
And so they'll go into your parents' room and shut the door.
I'll go help you, Vinny.
Kruk will also stand up to go help. Because he heard a trunk full of booze, and he's like,
I think honestly,
Yes.
Wait, I got to ask. So I am picturing so Vinny's aesthetic is kind of maybe an amalgamation of Uncle Mox and Captain Crux.
1000%.
Yeah.
And so, like, these are essentially like, if Kruk and Mock had a baby, it would be Venny. Who's taller?
Oh, Mock, 100%.
Oh, interesting.
It is funny to think that, like, 2 of the 3 most important father figures in Vincent's life are in this room right now.
And one of them is not.
Yeah, the third one can't be because we buried him 2 days ago. But yeah, we'll head out and start unpacking Cass's carriage.
I take a couple steps backwards.
Hey, bring that book with you.
What?
Book, bring it.
Who's saying? Who is
In your
this?
brain, you hear a voice.
I'm gonna go back to reading it.
Well, you should probably not be rude and go help those people.
I'm okay, thank you. And I will sit back down at the desk.
Lena.
Yeah.
It's Lena.
I will
Sorry.
sit back down at the desk and pick up where I left off.
Okay.
You were sleeping on the couch, right?
That's where I've been assigned to sleep.
I think I bring Cass's bags inside and I set him by the door and I'm like looking around for a place for him to sleep.
I think you noticed that, like, it's a couch, right? But, like, Mom obviously put, like, blankets and kind of made it look as much a bed as
Sure.
possible. It's not been touched.
Okay. I think I go into my room where the other bed was and I drag it out and I drag it to the office. And I'm like, all right, Kellen, let's take a break from in here. And I start shoving his bed in there. I think Uncle Cass is going to sleep in here tonight. And I'm like just shoving this bed kind of haphazardly into this room.
Into the office?
Yes, into the office.
I get up and immediately put, like, my hands on the other end of the bed and stop you from pushing him. Like,
So as soon as he puts his hands on the edge of the bed, you see smoke starting to rise from the sheets.
he can sleep in the room with you. This bed doesn't belong in here. This is Dad's office.
I take a step back and I'm like, I was just trying to get you out of here.
I don't want to get out of here, Vincent.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Cool. And as soon as the bed clears the threshold,
Yeah, when you remove your hands, there's 2 perfectly blackened handprints. Like
I
on there.
shut the door to the office in front, like, in Vincent's face.
I think I just look at the handprints for a moment. And then I drag the bed back into my room and put Cass's stuff on my bed.
Willow, what are you doing?
Oh, well, I was helping get Cass's stuff.
You just stand there awkwardly while this happened.
It's really hard to, like, be around people who are going through loss that you don't have. I mean, I have a connection to the boys, obviously, but not, like, the family as a whole. And so it's like, oh, the people close to me are hurting and I don't know what to do.
I'm gonna go get another slice of pepperoni pizza.
Yeah.
Yarg, this be real awkward in this house. And he, like, just slugs the bottle.
Well, okay, so this is where Willow's at in her head. Yes, we are going through this family is going through a difficult time. However, we are all going through a potentially dangerous time with not having heard from Scarlet yet and the spear. And there's not much she can do in terms of preparing for that eventuality. So I guess I don't know what Willow would be doing. I just know that she would probably be, like, sitting and thinking, like, okay, well, what is the next most useful thing that she can do in this moment? So I know visually what she is doing is not very interesting, but she is having to go through that emotionally. Like, okay, what the fuck do I need to be doing here? That being said, I guess she's gonna go into the kitchen, and because I'm Midwestern, she's gonna start making a casserole.
Nice.
So, yeah. I think that's what she's gonna be doing. She's gonna start cooking while she's thinking. keep her hands busy and feed people.
So you're in the office reading a book. You're distributing his stuff. She's making a casserole. Kruk is getting crunk.
I feel like this has been the general vibe of this house for the last
It's
2
been
to 3
very
days.
just like, Willow clearly not knowing what to do. Kellen shutting down. Vincent trying to cope. Not being able to run away. Normally you would be gone by now. So, and then Kruk just kind of awkwardly sitting there. After a brief time, the door will open and your uncle will come back out. Damn, she looks good and she cooks. So, what have you boys been doing about that?
Cass, this feels a little inappropriate. She's like right there.
You've seen the focus on her face? I don't think she knows what she's doing over there.
I don't think I've ever seen her cook.
I didn't know she ate.
What have you been doing?
I was on a job, and then I, got the message from your mother, so I stopped what I was doing. Well, finished what I was doing. I don't ever leave a job half done. And just able to wrap it up quickly and get here as soon as possible. So yeah, just wanted to come and see how everybody was doing, and then figure out what next steps were. That smells delightful, by the way.
I do not know what I am doing.
Well,
Perfection.
speaking of not leaving jobs half done, I think we're going to need your help going forward, Cass.
He's like, yeah, I figured, said, your mom kind of filled me in on everything just now, exactly what was going on. So, I mean, do you want to get your brother out here? Talking.
I think I just throw my hands up in the
Do
air.
I
like,
hear this?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
in the
we're
kitchen,
like
yeah.
sitting at the dining room table.
Do you want me to go talk to him?
I mean, you can try. I don't.
I mean, he might just be nicer to me since he is not my brother.
I mean, he'll definitely be nicer to you than he is to me.
Yeah, that is kind of what I was thinking. So I'll go up to the study room and knock on it.
There's a knock at the door.
Pinches his nose. Turns off the YouTube video he's watching. Yes.
Kellen,
Oh. Willow, what's up?
can you open the door?
Yeah, it's unlocked.
I'll open the door.
I'm sitting at my father's desk. I still have the book.
Reading the book. Yeah.
Reading the book.
What are you working on?
Cleaning up, fixing the room.
Oh, it is coming along quite well. We were wondering if you could come into the kitchen and join us in a meeting to decide on what we are going to do next. It might be good to take a break. You've been doing this for quite a while. You might be better at it after.
Okay.
I am making a casserole.
Oh. Okay.
Well, come on.
I'll bookmark my place, close the book, leave it on the desk, and follow Willow.
As you go in there, you see your mom is like, because you'd put the casserole in the oven, you see your mom's over there lighting the stove.
Oh, the heat. That is what I forgot. Thank you, Cindy.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I think that's where we are. We unfortunately don't have the pieces, and we're stuck waiting on the only person who might know where one of them is.
Yeah.
Oh, he finished telling you how we had a piece secure, and then he called the person who was after it here, and then did some stupid shit, lost it, and then our dad died because of all of his decisions. Is that we're caught up there?
Oh, I'm sensing some hostility here.
I mean, did I miss anything? Because we wouldn't have been in the fight, Vincent, with Tabitha if you hadn't have just called her here. And if we weren't in the fight, then I wouldn't have died. And then Dad wouldn't have done what he did to bring me back. Did I miss something?
Nope. I think you got it all. The classic Greybane want to sacrifice ourselves for people because we think we're doing the best. I think you got that just right.
Cool. So what's our play?
Well, how about we do not do that anymore?
Yeah. No, I think
right
that's
there.
probably a good idea.
That right there's a good idea. Good one, Willow.
Do not patronize me.
I was being sincere. I would never patronize a lady.
Jesus Christ.
I don't feel like I make eye contact with our mom after going off. Like, I feel like that's not a good thing.
We had set out to create a trap for Tabitha, but we never even started that planning because we keep getting distracted by other things. We have no focus.
Now I'm just gonna go out and say this. Now, you guys are a team now here. Now, you don't... The last thing you want to do, I know there's a lot of emotion running right now, but you don't want to blame each other for stuff that's happened. Everybody in this team, I assume, has made some kind of mistake. Would I be wrong about that?
No, I'm a murderer.
Okay. We're just gonna... I get it. You guys are hurting. And I understand that you're especially hurting, and I don't know what you went through. I've never been killed. Really want to say something funny there, but I'm not going to. So the question is, before we discuss next steps, you got a little southern on me.
She's right. Cass is
Kelly.
a little southern.
Kelly, is your head in this? Do you want to keep doing this? Because if you want to stop, now's the time to do it.
This is very true. If you do not want to, then you should not.
That's where I'm at now. I'm asking people, eventually we're going to get some kind of call about getting this spear back or stopping them from doing their thing.
Who is we?
The people at this table.
Oh, I thought you were maybe speaking of your contractor contacts.
I'm a solo show.
Oh, I see.
Now, I'm asking you, Willow, Vincent, Kellen, do you guys want to continue this? And there's no shame in saying no.
I definitely do. I told you several days ago that it was the right thing to do. And that still stands.
Vincent, I don't know that Kellen reciprocates, but I think Vincent tries to make direct eye contact with Kellen. Regardless of what happened, in my heart, I feel like Saloon had a hand in bringing you back and helping us make that a reality. And I feel like I owe her for bringing back somebody I care truly and deeply about. So yes, I am still in this.
Well, one of the last things that Dad did was he made another deal with with the devil to locate one of these pieces of the sphere. Seems pretty shitty if I don't follow through with that, considering what it ended up costing him. So, yeah, I'm still in it.
All right, so we've determined everybody's still in it. Now, the second part. Your first answer don't mean shit based on what I'm about to ask you. Look at you three looking at each other. Do you guys trust each other to get this job done? Because I don't give a shit if you want to help, but you don't think you can.
No,
Yes.
I don't know.
I do not trust them.
Well, there's the problem. So, now, we have expressed desires to do so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the three of you go on and get in my carriage. I'm going to have you guys talk it out. Because if you guys aren't on the same page about this, then we're not doing anything. Regardless of your desires. I'll stop it myself. And that means stop you guys from doing something stupid. Because if you guys go half-cocked into something, we see what happens. You guys aren't jiving, that's half-cocked. Now get your asses in the carriage. If you try to leave, I'm going to kick your ass.
I feel like Kruk is still in the corner. Just feel like
Kruk is like on his third bottle, like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing here, man.
So do I go in the carriage?
And then he's like, and what the fuck is going on with the old pirate over there?
I just stand up and immediately go to the carriage.
I go to the carriage.
I would like to learn how to do things full cocked from you.
You like to do what?
He stops. He stops. He takes his flask. He's like, we'll talk later.
So we are in this carriage.
How much time has passed between the time Willow got in the door and you say that? Because I feel like it's a while.
How long did it take Willow to say that? Because no boy has talked at all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll a d6 and that'll be like how many minutes? 3 minutes.
That is a very long time.
That is a very long time.
To sit in like a tight quarters and not fucking say anything.
I'm going to say some things, mostly towards Willow, and then
Oh, this will be good.
we can pivot however we want from there. Willow, I completely understand why you do not trust us, especially me. I understand I have a habit of charging headfirst into problems without thinking about what I'm doing or the best way to solve them. I understand that I let my emotions guide how I do things quite often, and I let those get in the way of making the most optimal decision to ensure that we succeed on the day. Me acknowledging that doesn't make it go away. I just wanted to extend my understanding and let you know that I want to be better, and I'm sorry.
Vincent, I do want to trust both of you. I want both of you to have each other's best interest in mind and mine when we are in danger. Just like I have your best interests in mind when we are in danger. That is all I want from you. You can act on emotion, but make sure it is emotion that is the want to keep each other safe, not to make yourself feel better. Because I feel like the emotion that you act on is the fear of being uncomfortable, and that is the wrong one to be acting on. I have learned that it's not about not having feelings. I mean, they do get in the way sometimes, but the right feelings can be very helpful in the right situations. So I want you to have feelings. I don't think I can make you not have them. Just try to make sure that the feelings are the same as, well, maybe not the same, but, well, I don't think he went about it the right way, but your father was acting in the best interest of each of you. In the end. Not in the beginning at all, but in the end he was acting in best interest for both of you. So that is the mindset that I wish that both of you will take on. I do not think self-sacrifice is needed at all. And I know that both of you have a tendency towards that. But I want to trust you. Both of you.
I appreciate that, and I genuinely do trust you, Willow. Kellen, I'm sorry. And I know that doesn't mean anything, but that's all I can say. That's all I have. Everything that's ever happened to you has been because of me, and I don't know how to, or been because I exist, essentially, and I don't know how to help make that burden any lighter on you. And I don't know that you want help, and that's okay, and I'm not doing this in like a woe is me or anything like that, or like pity me, because, that's not what I mean. I genuinely am sorry. And you're right. It is my fault. that we're in this situation right now.
Vincent, I don't blame I don't blame you for your existence. I would do anything for you. I've said that. I still mean that. I hate what happened, and I can't help or stop myself from feeling that it is your fault. I can't. I've been in that house the past 2 days, and every time that I see you or look at you, all I can feel or all I see is what your decision cost our family. And that's not fair, because it wasn't, you didn't make Dad do what he did. Hell, I don't think anyone could have stopped Dad doing whatever he wanted to do. You seem to get that from him quite a bit, actually.
I was a lot more like him than I wanted to be.
You know what happens when someone's soul that was promised to a devil goes to hell?
I don't.
So I became nothing for a long time. I was a puddle, unable to move, unable to have conversations with people, to have forming any complicated ideas. And I was that way for a long time. And then, you get a little, you do your time, you get a little stronger. Then I was able to remember what I was missing, which was you, Mom, Dad, Uncle Mock, everyone. And then I get brought back and realize that one of those people is now gone, and there was nothing I could do to stop it. I'm upset more with how everything went down than necessarily you. And I think Kellen will look at Vincent, and I think this is the first time that he's really looked at Vincent since everything happened. You're still my brother, and I love you. And I think that we do need to follow through with this. I think we've got to work together more than we ever have before. No more going off and doing what we think is right. And let's work together to bring this stupid bitch down, honestly.
I think Vincent starts just nodding his head yes while making eye contact with you. And I think tears form in his eyes, and he's kind of more vigorously nodding yes, and he goes, I'm so sorry. And he just kind of lurches over the cabin into your arms to hug you.
I embrace you very tightly, and I was like, I know, Vincent. We'll get through this. We'll make it right. We'll do Dad proud. I postulate that we can win. I love you.
I love you too. And I push myself back up.
Oh, I trust you, Willow.
I push myself back up, and I kind of wipe the tears away, and I look at both of you, and I'm like, I don't know how we're going to get out of here without Cass kicking our ass. Willow, you should probably lead our way out of here, unless there's anything else you would like to say.
No, I do not think we have anything left. I think you are correct, though. I should leave first.
I open the door for you.
You come into the house, Willow.
Was he not waiting out there?
No.
That son of a bitch.
Of course he wasn't. He knew you weren't going to disobey. He 100% knew. Yeah, there's no one out there when you go out there.
I'm going to go check on my casserole.
So you go, as you go in there, their mom is pulling the casserole out, and she has a little bit of a grimace on her face, but she sees you come in and immediately oh, Willow, hi.
Hello, Cindy.
Hello. Your casserole just came out.
Is it any good? I didn't know what I was doing.
I haven't tried it yet. It looks.
You should not.
Great.
Do not try it. I will try it.
He's like, oh, I'm sure it's delicious, and Uncle Mock walks over. He takes a big spoonful. He's like, it's wonderful. It's great.
Can I roll an insight check?
Sure can.
9.
You're the greatest chef of all time. This is clearly the best thing he's ever eaten in his life.
Anyone can cook.
He's like, nobody can cook like you.
Well, let me try it.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
No, he's not gonna do the no and eats it all.
No, he's not. He'll let you eat.
Is it good?
No.
Oh no. Ooh.
It's not like it's food. It's hot and it's ready.
It's hot and it's ready.
But I have a question. Would you know that if it's good or not?
I have opinions.
Right, but like if you
what about taste buds?
But if you've never had a casserole, would you know if it's good or not?
Sure. I can tell if something tastes good.
You're not sure that the
But if you've
saltiness.
never had one.
You're not sure that the saltiness of the fish that you used melds well with the creaminess of the cream that you put in it. So it's kind of a weird flavor combination.
Maybe I should have used chicken instead. Or lamb?
I think it's perfect the way it is. And
Do not patronize me,
he got a natural
Mock.
he got a natural 20 in his deception. You think that it's to his, you know, tastes are different. So you know this is to his taste. So noted. Cassive Mock likes cream and fish.
Yeah, he does.
Like
Casimir.
He likes it real fishy.
He loves
real
creaming
creamy.
and fish.
Jesus Christ.
I don't want anybody else eating this, though. I do not. I tried.
Well, I appreciate it, Willow, but I just ate breakfast.
I didn't ask you to eat it.
Okay.
He's like, now, you guys just had a whole talk about trust. And I assume you guys came to a we trust each other?
Yeah, because you were going to well, not because, but yes, you know this because you were going to kick our ass if we didn't.
All right, so you need to trust your partner, and you sit down and you don't be a rude little cunt, and you eat this casserole.
I'm not hungry.
And you can immediately tell your uncle wants somebody else to suffer with him. He's not doing this alone. You too, Kelly.
I'll go and get some casserole. Well, she said not to.
He goes over and he
Yeah, trust me, Mock.
he scoops some stuff on a plate. And he's like, we didn't have a trust conversation. And he slaps plates in front of you.
I'll dig in.
Yep.
I gesture to Vincent, just like throw it over your shoulder. Do a
Doesn't gesture to Kellen, who's eating it over here.
I
feel like Kellen actually maybe would like it.
I do like fish, so
This tastes better than any of the shit that you ate in hell.
Oh, it's your
Oh.
first. Is it your first meal
it's
from
been like
hell?
3 days.
It's been 2 days, so realistically it could be. No, it's not good by any means, but it's not like...
That's pretty good.
What'd you get?
Some of the casserole. 14.
14.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. Looks over at Vincent.
Tastes like fish.
I'm sorry. I was trying to think and
No, we
trying
appreciate
to do
the
something.
effort. It doesn't matter. I don't know why Cass is making such a big deal out of this.
Oh.
We have bigger fish to fry.
He's like, oh, is this... Did you put apple in here too?
No, it's a pear.
It's a rutabaga.
It's a rutabaga.
Oh, I get that's temporary HP.
Have you guys... Did you put a rutabaga in it?
Of course, I
Everybody
put a
gets 2 temporary hit
rutabaga
points.
in it.
2 temporary hit points across the board. You know the rules. I don't make them. I mean, I do, but...
I want 2 temporary HP.
You tried it. You ate it.
I know.
Kruk.
And all of a sudden, the door to the washroom burst open, and Kruk comes out with like his like underjohns, pull up his underjohns, his pants are halfway down his legs. He's like, I got a stone call. And he holds up his sending stone,
Okay.
and he like tosses it to the
You
table.
couldn't have put your pants on first?
And then you hear, as he tosses the stone on the table, you hear, hello? Is this thing on?
Scarlet?
Wait, Vincent? I swear to God, if you've hurt the captain, I'm coming for you.
Croc, say something.
He went back, he goes back out with his pants pulled up. Yarg, they're all right. The boy only stabbed me once.
Where are you at?
Oh, am I okay to talk, Captain? Yar, that's fine. They're gonna be hunting down this spear. I think the spear is a lost cause for us. Oh, okay. So I followed them. You're gonna be a ways away, Kruk. It's over on the east side. It's in Seoul. That kind of perks your guys' ears up. Seoul is the town just south of Brayfall. You're not that far away. But she doesn't know the captain's there. Where
Are all 3 pieces there, Scarlet?
Well, I couldn't get into their compound, so I looked, and that's where the guy with the fastener showed up, and he met with some redheaded lady, and she handed him a stick.
Are you there now?
I'm in Seoul, yeah.
Okay, well, stay there. How long of a ride is it?
Probably like 2 days south.
Stay there. We'll be there as soon as we can get there. And I'll chuck the sending stone back to Kruk.
All right. Well, you guys got your information, so
I mean, do you want to go with us so that you can reunite
I'm
with
gonna go
Scarlet?
pick up Scarlet, and then
Yeah,
we're
that's what
gonna
I'm
leave.
saying. Yeah, that's fine.
We don't have any dogs in this fight. If you know what I mean.
Oh.
I had to return the horses, so we're going to have to rent some new ones, but we can do that and get heading that way. Are you guys ready to do this?
Yeah.
I am always ready.
I go back to the study and grab the book and put it in my pocket. Come back out.
Let's do this then.
And I go and hug Mom.
He's like, all right, so you guys are heading down to Seoul down south. All right, I think me and Cinny here, we're gonna take off and head up to Caleb. You know, as I was getting filled in, I heard there's some talk about Shar, and there's an old Sharian temple there. It's supposed to be abandoned, but I figure it's a good place to start to look for more information.
Hey, Kruk, can I see that stone again?
Yeah, here you go.
I take it from him, or he hands it to me or tosses it to me, and I just toss it to Cass, and I'm like, we'll get the other one from Scarlet so we can stay in touch.
Good thinking, boy.
And I'll give him and Mom a big hug and
so
grab my duster and my hat and my rapier and
all right. So yeah, and then they'll pack up and they'll your mom will get her bow and put her armor on, and they're gonna go investigate this other lead. Get the stone, and if there's trouble, don't do anything and call us. Right? Just go investigate. What you guys do, right?
it is now.
We investigate and do not engage. Is that what the plan is?
I mean, if you think you could take the spear from them, if they let their guard down, take the damn spear. We don't know if all the pieces are there.
Yeah, let's
We
try
know
to
there's at least 2.
gather intel before we act.
You guys will say your farewells. Your mother will get in Cass's Mustang, or carriage drawn by Mustangs, Mustang drawn carriage, and they'll start riding north. You guys, after acquiring a couple of horses, will start riding south. As you pass back by your house on the way out of town, you'll see the old tree off to the side where you buried your father, and there's a small bouquet of flowers, and a stiff wind picks up and carries some petals off into the wind.